Shalom. And I've got my hat different. It's so hot today that we're wearing it down here. No problem. Well, it's a problem for me. Today I've got Ben next to me. A few toys that Hunter has had out. But you put away. But if I grab my camera and move you, there's Ben in his hat and my new stroller and my Australia koala that my friend gave me. And yeah, he's holding his little bunny rabbit. I'm trying to hold it straight, you see. I did have a coffee, but I don't get out. So it's not for the coffee today, but yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, I got a new camera yesterday because my computer one don't work because it said it's not liable with Windows 11 anymore. So don't know what happened there. It is a bit laggy, but there you go. I don't know. I've always done this with all my children, just pushed them up and down even when they weren't crying. So that's Ben. He's the Pipperscott. My little monkey chunky. Yeah. His arms don't move sufficiently, but they do kind of move a little. And his legs don't bend, but they don't really bend up to sitting down. They kind of turn instead. So I do nothing with his legs. He is breathing. And yeah, his legs don't move. I was just going to fix his sister's because his sister's legs are bent in like that. So, well, not in, it's outwards. The foot's pointing that way. Yes, I do have a peace sign on my wrist. I got it straight after leaving Royal Air Force when I was 18. Most of us did it. So, yeah. There is a story behind it. I am live, so if you want to say hello, come and join me. Come on. I don't bite. Benny might, but I don't. Ben's going through the pens. What you see there? These here are pens. You know, the ink. And because all my pens are broken down, I haven't filled them in. But Ben is with me today. He wants to be with me. I know I was going to do a video of Shani, the Juna sleep, but stiff tickle. But I didn't do it. You know what, Ben? I can't do it, darling. I'm going to have to pick you up. That's me clicking the middle back on. Come on, Ben. And 1, 2, 3, out. And 1, 2, 3. The end up. No, don't hold on to the straps or anything. Come on, say hi. I know. Oh, it's your shoes. Lee. Here's little Ben. Don't know if I look at you. He's looking over there because he sees colours of my yarn because I do crochet and knit. And I make items, I make blankets, I make clothing. So this is Ben. You're not looking at the camera. Go look at the camera. Just look at the camera. Say hi. That's all you need to do. Say hi. A little wave, maybe. Is that you? You see him? No, he's so beautiful. He looks like his brother Henry, his big brother. And Henry likes it too, so He's got the same brown eyes and same hair as Henry, so Henry's happy with that. And he does hold this one quite a bit. I call him a mini Henry because when Henry was 1 year old, that's how it looked. But he's got the perfect eyebrow. Yeah, I'm over there. There, thank you. He's got the perfect eyelashes. And his eyebrows are done really nice, aren't they? You look Paw Patrol. Pull that down a little. Underneath, he does have a girl onesie because I could only find one of the girls' winter onesie that fit him. So it's pink checkered. My jam, my love. Pink and black check. So he does have a girl one on him, and he fits 6 to 9 and 9 to 12 on some items. If you get it from Temu, get him 3 to 6 because they run pretty big. If you get this baby boy, if you want him, I'm not selling him. I'm not parting with this one, but if you get one, then you know that's clothing for him. Diapers is in 4. Size 3, size 4 diapers, depending. If I get Pampers, is in a size 4. If I get Uggies, is in a size 3. If I get Parents' Choice, is in a size 4. Loves is in a 4, but it runs a little big, but the size 3s are too small. So, yeah. I'm looking at something on my computer because it's flashing green. It's AAPL plus 179%. Don't know what that is. My battery's fully charged. This is my left. And it looks like my right. This is my right. So it's, yeah, mirror image, I guess. Because some cameras show you the right side. But mine doesn't. Are you looking at the yellow, pink, and blue stripe yarn? You are? I've only got a little ball of it left. It's not much to call home about. It's nothing to make with it. And I'm just holding on for it to make a scrap blanket. A scrap blanket will be for one of these little ones. So it is what it is. I should be working right now because it's 1:16. I had my lunch already. But I had my lunch at the doctor's office with Hunter. He's not sick. It was just a follow-up after his procedure he had in November 20th of last year. He's allergic to all nuts. He's allergic to dairy. He has acid reflux severe. And he has IBS. So it's like me. I have acid reflux and IBS. I can drink milk. And Hunter can drink lactate milk. Can't speak. I swear. I can't speak today. Lactate milk. So I've made this one lactose intolerant so that the boys don't feel left out. So I also use him so he gets sick, he gets bellyache if he has normal dairy, so that the kids don't feel, he doesn't really, but the kids don't feel left out, you know. And the lactose ice cream tastes disgusting. I did get a small tub of it, and my husband ate it, but we wouldn't. It was like, no, I wouldn't try. We tried it, and I don't like it. I'm not getting it again. So I got them over the counter dairy pills. So if they accidentally have cow's milk at school, or they have ice cream for dessert at school, then they know that they can come straight home, take the pill, and we'll be fine. footrest day. You really like them colours, don't you? He's into Paw Patrol. His sister, she's got red hair. She's Ember because she's fiery. She reminds me of me when I was little. I used to be a fiery hair, you know, just anything. When I was little, my temper was mash my hair. Now it's gone kind of brown, but I'm getting some grey through, which I'm 46 on the 19th. So 8 days away is my birthday. So I'm 46. I don't care about the grey hair. I'm gonna grow old gracefully. I'm not gonna change my hair. I'm not gonna change my features. I do put cream on my face because I do get dry because I live in Louisiana, USA, which is like a desert heat, like Texas, because Texas is only west of me, and then east of me is Alabama. So I'm a Jewish girl, reborn mama, real mom to 6 living children. One was a stillborn, so she made the 7th. Well, she made 6. Hunter's the 7th child, and she was called Cheyenne Rain, and she was born 29th of December 2016, and Hunter was born 2017, so almost 2 years apart. The same thing that was happening with Cheyenne was happening with Hunter. So I carried him for 5 months with the possibility of a stillborn. We got past the 5 month stage. 7 weeks, we got preeclampsia. It wasn't severe, but it wasn't mild either. By 32 weeks, I was seeing the doctor every week with Hunter, and it's now 8. Then on the 34 weeks, well, I was still 33 weeks and 6 days, I had to go to the labour and delivery room on my own and see if I needed to be induced because my blood pressure was going through the roof. I couldn't see right. I was having headaches. The lights was killing my eyes and making the headache worse. So they said, oh, we're going to have to induce you at 12 o'clock at night. They said, we're keeping you in. It'd be dangerous if we sent you home and you're going to have your baby. And I thought, what, a cesarean section straight away? And they said, no, you've got to be induced, but it might end up being a cesarean. I said, okay. So he wasn't even moving that much. So I started being induced, broke my back. At 1:25 a.m., I broke my back at the hands of the doctor. I'm not saying it's because I was a Jew and they were Muslim. I refuse to believe it was that. I think it was just one of those accidents that can happen because you've got this piece of paper that you've got to sign saying that you understand that you can die from it. An epidural, you can die from an epidural, you can go paralyzed from an epidural, and other things can happen with an epidural. And I signed the waiver knowing that I understood everything. So it could happen to anyone. I'm not the only one it's happened to. So no, it's not because I'm a Jew. I they were really great doctors that administered my epidural. He was great. He was funny. He was like, joking around with me. And I was joking around with him. So we had a good, a good chit chat. And I was like, a really good feeling. And he didn't go in my lumbar spine, which is, your tailbone, above your tailbone, like in your I think it's L5, 6. L6 they go into. They can go into my lumbar spine. They went into my T9 straight away, and they said, "Oh, we can't get it in." And so it must be because of the scarring of your last epidural. Since you've had, 6 children. I said, no, because my first daughter, I had Antonox, which is gas and hair. I didn't like how it made me feel. So my second, third, fourth baby, so 3 babies I had without pain relief. I gave birth with no pain relief. And I'd do it all over again with no pain relief because, yeah, it hurts so bad, but I can handle it. Sadly, I let my sister talk me into getting the epidural the first time with Henry, and he was the first one. So that made the second child of having um, pain medication, and that was a breeze. I was on max because I have a very high pain tolerance. I can take a lot of pain, so it was on maximum. Um, Plus, they was giving me this other medication that was supposed to speed on my labour, and I forgot the name of it. I'm thinking while I'm talking, dear, so that's why I'm not looking at the camera. What is it called? I had it with Libby, my firstborn. She just turned 26, and she don't want nothing to do with me, which is fine. Her dad twisted her, which I've had years to get over it. But her dad twisted her against me, which is fine. What was it? You know what? I can't remember, but it'll probably come to me. Thank God, just bought. So I had that with Henry, and I had the same with minus I had oh my goodness, what's it called? The medicine to stop me from having seizures because of the preeclampsia, magnesium, and that's what it was. And yeah, it was really pretty weird. And I'm going to turn my volume up because I did turn it down, so I don't know if it's going to go up or not. I hope it does because it's not showing me it's going up. Yeah, it's up to 100% because it runs really low, does my sound. I do have speakers, but because I'm using the USB kit part for my camera, I can't use the surround speaker. So that was I'm in my office. That was 8 years ago, and they brought my back. Ricky keeps getting these calls because he's 65. He's 20 years older than me, and they keep saying, "Oh, we're with Medicaid, with this," and they're not really with Medicaid. They're actually a spammy company. They call him every day, and I mean Saturday, Sunday. Like, No, no offices are open Saturday or Sunday. Medical offices apart from the hospital. That's it. So I don't know. And yes, I'm lagging. My camera's laggy. But what do you expect? It's from TV. But hey, it's a camera, and I can actually go live, or I can just record myself. Um, what else been? But yeah, excuse me. My stroller came yesterday, so I plan on selling the doggy one. And the dog one's just good for the reborns as well as a dog. It does collapse to where the bottom goes underneath the base, so it was like an open stroller. But I had I wanted a real thing so the kids could sit up, especially Izzy and him and Ember. Excuse me, dry throat. Ember, who are toddlers, and toddlers don't like sitting down, laying down. They like to sit up, don't you? Was it you that? No, it was Jessy. I called it Izzy, but because her name in Jewish, which is Iska, means Jessica, and I called it Izzy, and I thought no, because she's not Isabella, and she's not Isabel, so I decided to call her Jessie, which is short for Jessica. So if the J is not really in the Hebrew alphabet, so it's Yeska, Jessica, but it's Iska. So Iska's Y-I-K. No, it's Yiska. So yeah, it's all good. Don't know how long I'm going to be on. I'm on 22 minutes. I really need a coffee, but you can't pause a live. I'm looking around, seeing if you can. But there is no way it says pause. Like if I go live on YouTube, there is a pause button. There isn't one here. And you're welcome to chat with me. You're welcome to ask questions. Here's got a little dinosaur. I followed the pattern. I might put a little black cotton here to make the eye, or I might just leave it alone. I love designing things, so you're going to play with them toys, aren't you? Oh. Yeah, are you going to terrorize the Eden that's in the bouncer in the living room? And yeah, I'm bouncing my foot. I'm sorry. Jessy is in the living room asleep. She's taking a nap. She woke up cranky this morning. I had her being moody. I had the boys fighting. Myself was like cranky from the boys fighting last night. And then it started again this morning. It just rubbed me up wrong. And I came out and said, do you want me to leave? Do you want me to leave? And never come back. Because you're pushing me that way. Because I said, you fight all the time. Don't you like me being here? And they went, no, Mama. No, Hima. No, Hima. I want you to stay. I want you to stay. And Hima means mom. So, mom, mother, mama. Hima, no, I want you to stay. And then Henry said, no, I'll be good. And they stopped fighting. The moment I threatened them, Excuse me, I will not leave my kids. But the moment I threaten them, do you want me to leave and do you want me to go away? Do you want me to go home? And they'll say, no, 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 take me with you. And I'm like, but you're fighting all the day, all the time, all day long. Weekends is awful because they're constantly fighting. And I know it's boys' testosterone. Every seven, even my rabbi says, she's all boy, she's a boy mom. And she came out and said, every 79 minutes, it's calm up until the 79-minute mark. Then the boys start fighting and they argue or they trip each other up out of the blue. And you think, well, what started that? Where'd that come from? And she said, I decided to time it when they were little. And then 79 minutes came around again. And they start again because it's just like it builds up. And the boys have got to lash out, let it out. And the only way they can let it out is if they hit each other or get bossy and, I'm not doing this. Get out of my way. That kind of rubbish. So, yeah, it's annoying. I've got to be careful because I don't know when the 79 minutes is because I don't record. I don't time it and I don't do this and I don't do that. And I ask Henry, can you please do your chore? I'm not doing it. No. It's not no, ma'am. It's not no, Ema. It's no. I'm not doing it. And I'm like, okay, then you don't get your reward at end of month. Luckily, we get paid monthly. When he was working, he was paid weekly. So every week the kids would get a small reward. Now we get paid monthly. They've got to do a month work of their chores. Even if they miss one day, I let slip. But if they say no and they speak to me like I'm rubbish, they don't get nothing. Henry did not get nothing this month, apart from his telescope that I ordered from Tino ages ago. And it finally came through, and so did mine. So I like stargazing, I like astrology. I actually do believe in aliens, so yeah, I'm a geeky person, kind of. So yeah, I just I didn't bond with his sister. She looks like me. I pretend she acts like me when I was a kid. I locked up. I'm sorry. I'm back. I'm sorry. It just locks up. So when I became a mom for the first time when I was 20, well, 10 days before I was 20. Yes, I was married. I I looked back and I said, Ema, I couldn't have raised me. I was a brat, and I'm sorry. And she said, well, I hope that your daughter is not mouthy like you. I didn't swear when I was a kid because I would have been taught up one side and down the other. My dad didn't always spank my bum. He'd pick up, sit you down on the sofa and said, don't move. That's his discipline. And I didn't like being picked up and sat down. I was like, no. And my eldest got the same treatment. She'd bite me, she'd hit me in the face. I'd say, no, don't do that. We don't hit, we don't bite. And I'm not one of these parents that bite back. Because in 2000, if you're like a mom in 2000 or in the 90s, your mom would tell, or your grandma would say, bite them back. And we're like, we call our grandma Bobby. It's Bubby. Bet it means grandma. Bobby. Not the name Bobby, short for Robert. It's Bobby. You'd say booby, the way it's looking. A lot of people say booby, and it's not that. It's Bobby. It's really Bobby. And I said, well, why don't you put the U? I was like, oh, we don't do that. It's been like our language from the beginning. We don't change it. Yeah, I understand people who are saying, well, how do you spell it? And well, doesn't that sound Bobby? No, it's not. I keep losing connection. I don't know if it's because it's AT&T rubbish or it's something. So, I can understand why old people have heart attacks with these spammy calls because they're constantly, because it's the fifth time they've called today with the same woman. Oh, are you there? Can you hear me? I'm sorry, my computer went down. It's not a real person, it's a computer shit. So he always answers in a nice way and says, have a good day, goodbye. So it winds him up. And those who's got bad art and stuff like that, I understand them where they have an heart attack because it's just wrong. And yes, sometimes I have a Liverpool accent. Yes, I lived in Liverpool and I lived I've lived in Norris Green and I've lived in Anfield. Norris Green near Croxteth Park, Liverpool and Anfield, just down the road from the Anfield Liverpool Stadium. They're calling again because they'd call me if there's something wrong with. See, it's just sad. It's real sad when people do that, and it drives the older people insane, and it's frustrating for them. Ricky is a little bit more laid back. They give him another 10 years, he might not be so relaxed. Yeah, but you with Louisiana connection. Thank you. See, I've got to shout who is with to stop him from talking to them because we went with WellCare. We didn't go with WellCare. We were put with WellCare because they called and he talked to them and they changed us from Louisiana Connections and they took $200 out of the bank, which made us 200 overdrawn. So we had to pay $260 back this month. And I'm like, you got to stop doing this because they're going to take every penny from you. And we're left with no food, no electric, no gas. Utilities are not going to get paid. We're not going to be having no phone, no internet, which is fine by me. But the main thing is food and water because we can't drink that water. There's too much bleach in it. You run the cold water in a glass or a cup. You put it to your nose and you smell it. It smells like bleach. So we don't cook with it. We don't drink it. Louisiana are the worst state for bad water. Absolutely the worst state for bad water. We come number one in the worst state. They've done everything with the water tanks. but it comes from the river or the lake. It's a lake that we go to every year. The water comes out of there. Yes, it's separated because there's a lot of boats on there, but fuel from the boats also get into the water. So they've got to filter it a little extra, and it's adding more bleach. So we don't drink it. Ricky does. And I said, one day you're going to die of cancer. Because that American water is the number one leader of why you get cancer in America. It's a known fact, especially in Texas and Louisiana. So I refuse to drink it. Ricky says, why are you so fussy? Just run it. I've run it for a long time and it still smells of bleach. I'm not putting that in my kid's system. I'm not putting it in mine. I've already had ovarian cancer. I'm not doing it. So, yeah. I had ovarian cancer when I was 26 and I battled it for 3 years. And they wanted to take away my right ovary. And I said, no, you will give me treatment to shrink it down, but I'm keeping my ovaries. So, yeah. Looking back, I'm glad I kept them because I've got beautiful kids and a beautiful angel baby girl. But looking back on the flip side, I wish I took it because now I face getting breast cancer or getting ovarian cancer yet again. I have a full hysterectomy, but they left my ovaries because they didn't want me to take hormone pills for the rest of my life. You know, the one that stops you from having menopause after you've had a full hysterectomy. But they didn't want me to go through it, so they left my ovaries in. And that's all I've got. And they're blocked off. But, see, it's annoying. Just don't answer it and they'll stop calling. This is sad and very dangerous. Why? He does not listen to no advice I give him, so it's like, kiss my ass and not open it. There was a reborn person I used to follow. I don't mind if you curse, but every word that came out of her mouth was the F-bomb. And everything, I never reported her because I don't report people. Because I'm not mean, I'm not a rubbish person. And I just unfollowed her and deleted videos I used to watch. So I deleted my history. And now I find it hard to find Ma and Pa's place. The ones that sent me the koala. And I said if I get a new stroller, I was going to put it on the hood of the stroller, and I put it on it last night. I'm using the bookmark because I'm reading 10 Steps Towards Jesus. The reason I'm doing that is because in 2017, when I nearly died, I don't know. I am not saying I had an out-of-body experience. I don't think I did. But that day, something showed up, and I believed in Jesus from that day, 2017. So for 8 years, I have liked Jesus. Don't know 1% about him, and 95% know him. I just need that 5% now. So I'm reading not 40 steps, 10 steps towards Jesus. And that sounds about right. I've got 10 more steps to learn about him. Yes, he was a Jew. Yes, he attended Jewish festivals, did not attend anything else. He was raised a Jew. He was a carpenter's son, but he's also son of God. And he died on the cross as a Jew for all our sins. I'm a sinner. I haven't been a big sinner. I've not done anything bad, but yeah, I've done some bad things, like because my mum at one side down the other. Oh, I was a brat when I was a kid. And I got disciplined. Always got disciplined. It wasn't like I got away with anything. I never did. Even though I'm the youngest of 3 girls, I never got away with nothing. My dad was like, I don't care if you're the first, second, third, or the 10th child. You will get disciplined, and you'll get disciplined good. Now, he didn't raise his hand at you, not all the time. The only time you got a crack on your butt is, I'd say, if he caught you with the boy doing something you're not supposed to, or he caught you stealing, which I haven't stolen anything, or he caught you doing drugs. Now, my sister's done drugs. She's stolen. She still steals. And she's 6 years older than me. Not 6 years. She's 4 years older than me. So I'm 46 in 8 days. 9 days, sorry. Not 8 days. 9 days. So yeah, my birthday's on the 19th of February. She's in March 26, and she was born 1976. So I'll say 46, 47, 48, 49. She's 50 this year, and she still steals. Her kids steal. Her kids are vile. I mean, they're evil. And no, she doesn't follow the Jewish way. 2 of my sisters refuse to be Jews. But that's on them. They are very anti-Semitic. They can't stand us Jews. They're based. I was grown up in a Hasidic, which is ultra-Orthodox. And most ultra-Orthodox, which is a Neturei culture, don't like Jews, and they're Jewish themselves. So, yeah, my sisters and my nieces, both sisters, all are girls, apart from Amanda. She had a boy. She's the only one who's had a boy in my sisters. I've had a boy. I've had 4 boys and 2 girls. 3 girls. 2 are living, 1's dead. So I've had 3 girls, 4 boys, not in that order. It was 2 girls, then 3 boys, a girl, boy. I'm still a girl mum in the reborns. I've got a few boys, but I've got a lot of girls. But yeah, they're vile. Both sisters, all their kids. There's not a single good kid. And my aunts have stayed Jewish. And my aunt I used to be close to, she was strict. And she believed in Jesus. And I said, you're a traitor, you're this, you're that. And she went, excuse me. I said, you're traitor. And she went, well, he's Jewish. She argued with me. And I should have, I should have clicked. When she was arguing with me, she was showing me things, and I kept saying, you're mental, you're crazy. I don't care what he was. Now I'm like, I should have listened. She should have slapped me around my face like she did her child when he was going down the wrong path. And she said, I never wanted to hit my child like that, but I slapped him on the face one day. Otherwise, he would have been in jail. She slapped him that one day. He was a teenager, and he never did anything bad again. And she should have hit me around the face because I called her everything I could think of. That most Jews call us that believe in Jesus. Us Jews that believe in Jesus, we're not Jews anymore to them. But they forget he was a Jew. But they'll find out at end of times. When is end of times? I don't know that one. I have a rough idea, but I'm not going to share it. I'm not going to be one of these. I say, oh, it's going to be today. The rapture's going to be today. This. I'm not going to be one of them. I'm not on. No. I went on that bandwagon in 2000. You know, when the millennia. They said at the end of 2000, we're all going to die. And even though I didn't believe in Jesus, I didn't even believe in God at that point. I went on the bandwagon of, oh my goodness, I've just given birth to my daughter. Oh no, we're going to die. And it was like, we're going to die. Like death. Instead of being saved, I thought it was death. So we went crazy, you know. You're now looking out the window, aren't you now? Well, at least we got you from looking at the yard. So, yeah, I went down the bandwagon. And last year, I kind of like was heading towards that bandwagon again. And this time, I did believe in Jesus. Like I said, well, it's Yeshua to me. Because there's no J in the Hebrew language. So it's Yeshua. And I believed him for 8 years. And it's just like I was going on that bandwagon again. And I said, you know what? If I go on that bandwagon, it's going to make me hate Jesus. It's going to make me hate God. I'm going to go dark. I said, let's get off the bandwagon. Let's just make our own wagon and believe in Jesus and just keep praying. You know, like all the Jews were praying for a Savior. Let's keep going. Because we did have our Savior. And he died on the cross. We did have the Messiah. So, yeah. I've got the air on, but I have it on 72. I might have to knock it down to 70 because now I can walk and I'm losing weight. 72 still feels very hot to me, and it's only 71 Fahrenheit, which is 21 Celsius. So it's not bad. He is watching gambling games. He is an Antichrist person. But I'm going to let him have it. Yeah, I didn't do my nails. Let me see. Okay. I didn't do my nails, but they do shine like I've got nail polish on. I did my own manicure 3 days ago, and they're still shiny. And then my nails still feel soft. And my skin, you know, my cuticles and everything feel really good. I haven't put no fake nails on either in a while because I ran out of, yes, I use super glue, but I don't use regular brand. I use name brand, which is weaker than the regular brand, and they fall off after 5 days. But if I use nail glue from Temu, or I go to a spa shop and I buy one of their glues, it don't last that long either. It lasts about three days max, if you're lucky. So super glue gives me 5 to 6 days with them on. And now that I'm not using a wheelchair, my nails don't get caught in the wheel and rip off. And oh my gosh, the first time it was this finger, the ring finger. This nail got caught in the wheel and I was pushing myself. And I screamed because it felt like my real nail was going to be ripped off. Oh, the pain. And I didn't like it at all. So I'm happy that I can now walk after treatment. It is expensive treatment. Still paying it off. But it's worth it. You've got to stay in hospital quite a lot. But it's worth it. Yep. If you're not a full paraplegic and you're there is a name for it. Is a full paraplegic is where your spinal cord is severed, completely severed. Or it's a complete paraplegic, and then you're not a complete. I forgot what it is. A complete is where it's severed. I wasn't a severed paraplegic. I was just it was a little open. We thought it was busted all the way through. But no, I'm not complete, so I could go through it. So anybody who's not a complete para will have a better chances of walking than a complete one. But on the flip coin, there's only 2 people I know that's broke their necks, and I'm friends with them. And she started walking. She has a drop foot like me on her right side, mine's on my left. And she walks with a walking cane. Now the guy I know, he walks on crutches. The ones that go around your arm instead of under your arm, it goes around your bicep. Well, above your elbow. Or below your elbow, where is it? Below your elbow. One of those that go on your arm, not under your arm. He's on those, and he has 2 drop feet. So he's added steel caps to his toes of his shoes to stop him from scuffing them, because he does scuff his feet on the ground. But he said he'd rather scuff his feet than be in a wheelchair, because a wheelchair limits you, where him being in crutches, he just can't carry shopping or groceries, but he can carry them on his back if they're not too heavy. So yeah, he's been walking 5, 6 years. And he was the one that said, "Do you want to try it? You want to really go and try it?" Because I talked to him, I said, "Look, I've been offered to have stem cell treatment. I don't know what stem cell treatment is, and what do I do?" And he says, "You've been in hospital for a while you're having the treatment. After the treatment, you can have physical therapy, but it's intense physical therapy. And then when you start walking and you walk with no aid, then your physical therapy is over with." He's still having physical therapy, but he says he will never go off the crutches, which he said is fine. He can handle that. But he stands up at 6'4", and he stands up straight. He doesn't lurch or anything. He just says, "I've got 2 drop feet, and my toes scuff on the floor." So he says, in the house, I have regular house shoes, slippers, and they do cover my toes, and on top of that, there's caps on him, so I'm not ruining my shoes by sliding them on the floor. And he's just a pretty good guy. Yeah, and Mama likes it. I still can't walk as fast as I used to, but I walk enough. He's 204. Henry comes home at 5:30 tonight because he's doing after school lessons, tutoring. He struggles in math, so we're working on math with him. You look cute and you're like the McQueen, darling. I didn't want to talk negative like I have done in other videos, but I am getting another reborn coming through. She was talking to dog. She is soft. She's vinyl arms and legs and head, and she's a cloth body. She is a Maddie. I just hope she's better than Amos, because Amos's legs are awful. I have weighted him. I've tried to make everything good, but the way his legs, well, the body, it's really the body, not the legs. His legs are so bent up that it looks like he's got cerebral palsy, which is fine because my brother, who died 10 months before I was born, he had cerebral palsy. So I'm not bothered if people have got cerebral palsy or any deficit. So if you're like cerebral palsy, Down syndrome, because Cheyenne was Down syndrome, and doctors was telling me, even now, she's Down syndrome, she's going to have a rough life. She might never walk, she might never talk. And you've got to take care of her, plus take care of these two boys. And I said, bring it. She lives. And they went, what? I said, bring it. She lives. And I was getting really mad at the doctor. But you're not thinking about your daughter, you're thinking about yourself. And I snapped. I said, excuse me? I'm not thinking about me. I am thinking about us all. She has the right to live. Sadly, she got sick in my belly and didn't make it. So yes, I have a Down syndrome baby girl. And I talk about her now without crying. But I always think, what will she look like? Will she look like Hunter? Will she be behaving like Hunter? Or will she be different? Will she be sassy? Will she be a mini me growing up? Lord forbid. Hashem forbid that, please. No, not another me. But yeah. Henry did his Hebrew lesson yesterday. He's doing American curriculum tonight, math. And we're going to hang out, aren't we? Yay! I love this little one. I didn't bond with Ember. I think it's because she came over from China, from Timu, and she stunk like mackerel. I mean, the smell of fish was so bad, I was gagging. My dogs started coughing. Hunter threw up in the toilet. And then we said, Mum, if you come near me with that baby, I am going to throw it in the bin. And he said, I've never wanted to throw none of your reborns in the bin, but you come near me with her, she's gone out. And I'll bury her in the ground or throw her in the bin. And I said, Henry, calm down. You and your brother need to calm down. I'm going to take her straight into the bathroom. I'm throwing away all the clothes that she came in. And I'm going to wash her hair. I'm going to wash her body. And she's like him, soft body, final limbs. I didn't care about getting the damp wet cloth and just rubbing it all over. Cut her hair short. It's up to here now, instead of way down the back. So I cut her hair shorter, and I washed her hair lots of times. Oh my gosh, I just washed her. And I said, I wouldn't do this to a real baby, but I probably would if I had to get rid of a smell. Just constantly washing her hair, washing her hair. I said, baby, I don't care if your hair falls out, I'll put some more hair back on, or I'll buy a wig. And I just washed it and washed it. Finally, she stopped smelling the fish. And I left a bad review, but they won't let me post it. I said, I'm not the only person who's complaining that the dog came home smelling bad. I said she smelled like mackerel. If you eat fish, wash your hands before you touch a reborn dog. That's the thing I said. I was mean because she cost me $75. And I was like, come on. And I was like, no, you wash your hands like every other person that makes dolls. I swear it was a man. I've never seen a woman eat mackerel, but she might. So they do paint them. It's not all done by machine. You see, China, yeah, they're growing in a lot of things, but they're still way behind us, in machinery. So they have people come in and paint the dolls and root them. Now, Jessy, I think her hair was rooted by a machine because this side is so thick of hair. Her hair's so thick that I'm not going to change it because I have thick red hair. I look like I'm thin, but when it grows and it's down to the middle of my back, I have too much hair. I could share it. I have done that. I have donated my hair to cancer, and my next door neighbour, but one, he grew his hair, and we kept saying, I thought you didn't like long hair. He said, oh baby, I'm doing this for a reason. And I said, go on, tell me. And he said, I want to be a fireman. I said, yeah, you've always said you want to be a fireman. And he says, I'm growing my hair for cancer, for children who's got leukemia. I want to donate my brown hair. And I said, dude, grow it as long as you can. And then do it. That's me trilling my fingers so you can see it at the bottom of the screen. And I said, do it. I've done it. You can do it. And he let it grow really, really long. And he said, okay, it's down to my tailbone. I can't handle it no more, especially in this heat. Louisiana heat is so hot. It's like a desert heat. And he said, if I don't cut my hair, I'm going to die in this heat. And I said, and his mum said, yes, go cut your hair. So he cut his hair. And he donated it there and then. So my sister had cancer, my aunts had cancer, me, my mother-in-law, my father-in-law. And they both died of it. I love his hands. Have you seen it? I just love his hands. Because they look so good, don't they? I love his hair though. He is the image of Henry when he was a year old. And there, pump it up on that. He has got lovely curls. I need to wash his hair again and treat it. There we go. So this is Benjamin, and we call him Benny. Benny, come here. Benny, pick up your toys. Benny, don't bite. Because he has like an open mouth. Benny, let go. I do. Benny, I want your pacifier. Let it go. Fine, don't let it go. Booger. You are a booger. He has an open mouth like the People Sculpt has. And what I put on my dummy is the wax. It's like a silicone, and you put it on your hair. I also use it for the pacifiers. Give me it. Can I have a pussy? You're too old for it. You won. You're a year old. You don't need it. It's not been with me for a year. Let me get that out your eye. There you go. Give me a pussy. I promise I'll give it back. Thank you. See, that's him. Ain't he gorgeous? And that's the silicone. And it does mold. I'll bring closer. And it does mold the mouth. Don't it, kiddo? Because I tried to modify a pacifier where I could cut the nipple down. It just wouldn't fit, so. And then you just twiddle it. It's back on. Twiddle it again. Yes, pretty straight. It's not going to give me it back. So yeah. Nope, definitely not. You're saying, Emma, leave me with my pacifier. Leave me with my pinky, mama. Amy, Amy. I like it when kids start saying Ema. It's not Ema, it's Amy, Amy. Sometimes but they get it right. Libby used to call me Amy. And I was like, Amy? No, I'm not Amy. It sounds like Amy. I'm actually Ema. I-M-A. And it sounds like Ema. So. Now we're waiting for Trump. We don't do politics, but don't really talk about it. We're waiting for Trump to help the Persians in Iran. And he said, go to the streets and we'll set you free. We'll help you. They went to the streets, and then he's just got all the warships out and warplanes out there right now. Is he gonna end the Islamic regime, or is he gonna let them carry on? If he lets them carry on, they're gonna build up the nuclear medicine, or not nuclear medicine, nuclear weapons, and kill us all, everyone. So. Because Persia has always been Persia, and the Arab, they're not Muslim. And they've even said, we're not Muslim. We've been forced to be by the Islamic regime that took over in 1979. So it's just sad times. And I always pray for Persia to, get rid of the Islamic regime and take Persia back and make it beautiful again. Because if you Google the Persian clothing, what they used to look like, my goodness, they're beautiful. Even the men used to dress really nice. And the women's there, shiny, black, some have got brown hair. And it's shiny, it's long, it's really nice. Yeah. And I do have some Iranians, but they call themselves Persians. And they work at Dollar Mania down the street from me. And I go there for pacifiers, bows for little girls, my kids' school bags, my kids' uniform. And they said, "Where are you from?" And I said, "I am a British Jew. I'm a Jew that grew up in Britain." And they said, "You're going to hate me." And I said, "Why will I hate you? I don't know you." And she says, "I'm Iranian. Really, we're Persian, but because of the regime, we are Iranian." And I said, "I like you." And she hugged me. She says, "Can I hug you, please?" And I said, "Sure." And we hugged each other. And she said, "Thank you for not hating me." I said, "Why would I hate you? I don't hate nobody." And she said, "That's what the world needs, is people not to hate." But it's just built up and built up and built up over the centuries. Our ancestors hated, now our kids hate. And it's like, it's just a vicious circle we can't break. And I said, "Yep, you said exactly that." And she was really nice, and I liked her. And her husband was sweet. And he said, "I'm Arab and I can actually hug you." And I said, "I can hug all three of you." So we did a group hug. Because even we Jews can get, we can hug each other and we can hug men. But I felt it was more comfier to give a group hug than single. So she had her hair showing, she had beautiful shiny hair. And I'm saying, my hair shines when I wash it. And I don't always wear hair covering when I'm in the house. Sometimes I just go out without covering my hair, which is not right. But if I'm going in the backyard, I don't put my hair covering on unless I'm doing a video. Then yes, I cover it. If I go shopping, yes. If my kids having a glucose attack, no, I have gone to the hospital with not covering my hair. I have said, "Come on, Ingrid, let's go," and went out the door. No hair covering. I just care about keeping my kid alive. I said, "Hashem, you can take it with me when I die." But I'm out that door. And in the car, giving my kid water to drink to bring his blood sugars down. Because if you're having a high point, water does help. But you've got to drink it, not sip it. You've got to drink it. And I give him about 2 bottles of water by the time we reach the hospital. And by the time we reach the hospital, he's ready to go to the bathroom. He's only 11. Have mercy. So that's what he says. He says to me, "Ima, I'm 11 years old, and you're giving me drink after drink after drink, and I've got to down it, almost down it." And lately his mouth has been dry, so dry for the last week, and that's, concerning me. But when his blood sugars reached 439, I went into overload and I did not cover my hair, and I said, "Ricky, let's go. Henry, Hunter, let's go." Henry's going to end up passing out on me. He did pass out in the kitchen. And I said, "We got to go before he dies or goes into a coma. We got to go. We got to go." Because it's a diabetic coma and it kills you. And with him passing out on me, it's like, it's a mom. I'm dizzy. I'm shaky. I've headache. I'm tired. And they passed out on me in the kitchen. And Ricky said, "Are you okay, son?" And the concern in Ricky's voice and the me, and it's like, Henry, wake up. Checked his blood while it was on the floor. It was 439, and I said, come on, I've got to go. And Ricky said, I can't pick him up. I might have to call an ambulance because I can't pick him up. It's too heavy. And he came around and said, Henry, you're going to have to try and walk. If you can't walk, we'll call an ambulance right now. We'll blue light you. We didn't have to carry him by ambulance, thank goodness, but still. It was one of the scariest days of my life. All my kids have given me a scare. Hunter with his gallbladder, and Libby, Paul used to hold his breath until he goes blank face and he used to pass out. And I still never got told, but he's deaf, blind, autistic. He's highly on the spectrum of autism. And they said, it could be because he's autistic where he holds his breath when he was a baby and pass out. He grew out of it by the time he was 5. So he was still holding his breath every time. He hurt himself every time he got told off. So my discipline was still firm, but I didn't do the pick up, sit down. I didn't yell at him. I tapped his hand like that, and I said, no, we can't do that. So it was like tap, 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 like a little soft heartbeat. I said, you can't do that. And then I learned him to do that, to de-stim himself, where you got 3 fingers and you just press your chest like that. You tap your chest, it de-stims you. And he was like, absolutely, it was a nightmare. I said, one day I'm going to turn around, that kid's dead. Luckily, by the time when he reached 5, it was 5 years and a few months, or 5 years and almost 6, something like that. It didn't happen on his 5th birthday. It didn't happen overnight either. He's turning 20 on the 14th of February. So he's my Valentine baby. He was born at 6:20 a.m. So I was absolutely stoked with him. I said all the way through that day, you're my Valentine baby, you're my Valentine baby. You're my gift, you're my gift. And because Britain, you share a ward, a unit, you shared it. It's not like a private room. So all the other mothers were all wanting to touch him and coming over and singing, you're the Valentine baby, happy Valentine baby. So yeah, it was really cool. Yeah, we had fun. So yeah, Paul turns 20 on February 14, which is 3 days away. And on the 14th, we're going to the Mardi Gras. We went last week. And the kids have fun. I might take him. Because I've got that stroller and I can put sunglasses on him. Hopefully I've got his glasses through. Because I've got a black pair of glasses for him. Can you hear that? Can you hear that? They call him constantly. So in America, and you get, what do you call it? Insurance for your health. Expect your phone to be blown up by calls. Because they leak your information to other people, and that you can easily get hacked on your insurance company. Your policy can be hacked. We've had letters, I think we got 3 last year, saying your information got hacked out of our system. We're trying everything we can to close it down. And now it's happened again because he's got calls after calls after calls after calls all day long, all the way through the week. It doesn't stop. It stops about 8 o'clock at night, which is 9 o'clock in New York. So it stops at that time. It's ridiculous. Then it starts up again at 8 o'clock in the morning. So it goes on for 12 hours. It can go 5 minutes, it can go 20 minutes before it gets another call, but it's ridiculous. I've said, let me do my way, where I say, look, I'm at the news station and I have the police around me and the news people. You're live on her. I want to do that bit. Vicky said, no, that's just going too far. But you got to do something to stop her from calling. You can tell them to remove your number. Right. Then I've got the police calling me, wanting donations, and I've got the firemen calling me wanting donations. I try my best to give them donations. I gave one $50 last year. They haven't called me this year yet because it's not summer, but every summertime I'm putting you in your stroller because I'm fixing to end this live because I've been on for an hour and 22 minutes. Slide in, darling. 9. That's not. Where are you going? What are you doing? Oh, you got your juice inside of here. Hey? Uh-oh. We covered your face again with a cap. There we go. Let's pull that. Let's fasten you in because you've got a tendency of getting out of your seat. Because you're at that age now, aren't you? Look, little toddler one that wants to jump out the seat. Sometimes you have a tantrum where you stiffen yourself up. There you go. There we are. So he's back in his stroller. I'll move your leg back over there like you have it. There we go. He is in his stroller now. I have to put this down. I have lost a lot of weight. I've got jeans on that again too small, so I'm going to have to refit the elastic because it's one of those jeggings. I have broken this finger. I keep catching it. And I've broken it somewhere down here, and under here is a big ball of bone. And it hurts so bad. And it just started clicking 3 times just then. It was like, and I'm getting the bruise across my knuckle here. And I can feel the break right here. Underneath. And on top, I can't feel it, but underneath I can. Oh, that's bad. There's nothing they can do. I did show my doctor when I went. And she says you can tape it or you can just leave it. Because if you tape it, you've got to do physical therapy with it at home on yourself. And it's going to be really, really stiff to do. Or you can leave it loose and just keep moving it. But don't move it too much. And don't trap it and don't bang it. And as you can see, it's swollen here compared to this end. And it's crooked. My knuckle's gone in a little bit. Don't have arthritis shit in my hands. I don't want that. Because all my family's got arthritis in their hands. I'm just looking at Ben's there. All arthritis in their hands and they struggle. And because I crochet and I knit and I write and I draw my patterns, yeah, I work a lot with my hands, so I don't want to lose them. But I'm going to end it here, y'all. I've been on, that's my TV. In the background, there's my fireplace with my Jewish shofar, the shofar stand. Behind there is my menorah, my other menorah, that blue fireplace with the white on top. Yes, there's a Jesus cross. Over near the TV. Side of that, there's my candles and my nephew who's a soldier. Kids' toys, my cleaning products, a vase with flowers. That bottle is full of salt water because of the demons I have in this house. They get squirted. That little box on the wall is, I wish I could show you. That little box is my AC and my heater switch. But yeah, that's my TV, and I do have Roku. And this is my office. These are where my patterns are, my fabric. So one of my kids last year cut my sewing machine wire, so now it doesn't work. They cut my sewing machine wire, so I need a new sewing machine, but I can make garments by hand. I can sew them. Thanks to my mum, my Ema. That's what I'm grateful for her for. She learnt me to bake, and she learnt me to sew. She learnt me to sew at the age of 5. She learnt me to bake at the age of 10. My dad learnt me to cook at the age of 9. Now, my mum could cook. My mum was always a cook. But she wouldn't learn me, so my dad said she's at that age where she needs to learn to cook. And I left home at the age of 18. Then I had to go back home after my divorce because my husband got my house. Then I left for Scotland in 2004. I stayed in Scotland until 2010. 2010, I moved out of Scotland, went back to Yorkshire, because before that, from 1999, when I was 19, I moved to Liverpool, from Yorkshire to Liverpool. And then I moved back home for a little bit, for like half a year. Then I left for Scotland. Then I lived, I don't know if you can say it was lived. I was only in London for 5 weeks. So I had a place in Tottenham. I wanted to be in Shepherd's Bush, but there was no apartments, private apartments, because you've got to be in London, a Londoner to live in London, or a Muslim to live in London. I was neither. So I couldn't live in London unless I had a Jewish relative that lives in the Jewish section of London. And I didn't have that either. I lived in the Jewish section in Yorkshire, and I decided to leave the Jewish section to go live in Liverpool. So that's me. Well, I'm going to go. I've been on for an hour and a half, and I've got to figure out what to do for dinner. I'm going to cook bread tomorrow or day after. I don't know. They like it when I do tea cakes, which is burger buns here, or babs. Or if you're from Liverpool, bin lids. Bin lids. Bin lids. I like it because it's like, what? When I heard a bin lid when I moved to Liverpool, I said, what the heck's a bin lid? Bin lid's outside. I didn't order a bin lid. And they went, no, it's not bin lid. It's these are tea cakes. No, they're not tea cakes, they're bin lids. So, yeah, the burger buns. I still call them tickets, which confuses Ricky, confuses my kids. So, been is my Ma and Pa. Ma gets Ma and Pa. So Ma and Pa, my Ma and Pa's place. Ma says bin chicken, and I crack up every time she mentions bin chicken because there is a bird. It's the same size as a chicken. It's eaten out of the trash can, and I'm like, I just crack up. She says bin chicken. Here's me laughing. That's it. You got me going. So I'm gonna go now. So shalom, shalom. Be blessed.